It's T-Crow's five thighs as the crow flies. Hey, no lies are told, just game is sold, but it's all free. All you got to do is listen to Big T, and we gon' fly high in the sky on another level. We talk topics like politics with no tricks, spitting game to the lane with no shame, and other things like the good game of football, basketball, other sports. But wait, there's more. Nikki Jean just walked through the door. Now we gonna talk about social topics and media with relationships. Let's not forget Anthony Scott Dover with offensively offensive, where he is unapologetically offensive. Just listen and you'll get it. With T. Crow as the crow flies. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the most incredible podcaster of them all, Mr. T. Crow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he's very, very handsome.
Oh yeah, people. Welcome aboard to another show as a Crow Flies podcast. You know, I'm just doing this one solo dolo to get prepared for tomorrow. Give you guys a preview of some things we're going to be discussing. But there's a couple things I wanted to get off the chest and talk to you guys about because I don't know how you guys feel or about what's going on. You know, there's this autistic kid, right? I'm sure you guys heard of it. He lives up in Minnesota, and I guess they were at a park, and the kid was with his mom, right? Or it doesn't matter who he's with, but the kid's mom, whose bag, the autistic kid got to the other kid's bag, and the woman started screaming, yelling things to the autistic little boy, calling him all kind of derogatory names, all kind of racist names, and things like that. And so I guess the other kid's mom put it on Facebook or social media, whatever. They got the woman's name and they put her out there. So she's in the process of wanting to relocate. Well, as she relocates, she got on what is that called? It's something like GoFundMe, but it was called something else, the Cash to Go or whatever it's called. And so she wanted to generate, I think, $50,000. But these people kicked in so much money to her that she got like 600, 700,000. So she took it to $1 million. And they gave her, she's at like 700, 750,000 right now. And a lot of these groups, the people that are supporting this, right? They know what they're supporting because they're putting in, there's code 1488 for, it's a code that a lot of people are donating $1,488. And that's a code for something. And it's not a good code. I think the 8s are for the letter H, 2 H's. And someone said it stood for Hail Hitler or whatever like that. And the 14 was for the 14th Reich or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know. But tomorrow I'll have that answer for you. A buddy of mine was, last we did our show and I said, across the globe, not just in our country, but he said, do you think racism would ever end? I'm like, I don't think it will. And it's because of stuff like this. I think that. It doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised. I'm not outraged or anything like that. I was just like, we have so many homeless people. We have so many people who are hungry. So many people who are doing without, that if we could come together, well, not we, but if people could come together and get this woman damn near $1 million so she could relocate after doing something bad to an autistic kid by spewing racial things at him, what do you think? That's bad for the world. That's something terrible. And you can raise that kind of money. Well, where's the money you can raise for people who are out here trying to do good. Just something to think about. And while we're on the topic, like I said, we'll explore these a lot deeper tomorrow. But while we're on the topic, down in Cincinnati, I'm sure you guys all heard of this. 18-year-old kid, never been in trouble, no, just did something stupid. Like I think he stole a car. You know, he stole a car. Stole a car, and he was getting pulled over. I don't know if he got out and ran or what, but I just know he was shot by a cop, right? And I guess the kid died, and I guess they said at first their body cams showed no weapons, right? Showed no weapons. But the next body cam, well, the cop wrote down in the statement that the kid had a weapon. But everybody said the kid didn't have a weapon. So they go to the body cams. And every body cam when an officer was there were blurred. Like, you know, all of them were blurred out. It's like, what? How's all of them going to be blurry? And so they're all blurry. Either you can, those are all monitored satellite, they're GPS tracked, they're all that. So I'm sure somebody at the control desk can blur those out. Or bring them in to make them less blurry. But they're all blurred, right? So the kid's father, he takes offense to that. He doesn't think, hey, this shit ain't right, blah, 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 blah. He finds out what happened. He gets the officer's name that did it. The officer doesn't get put on administrative leave or anything. So the next day, he's out and they got him like directing traffic. They give you a gravy job. While this is normally internal affairs have to, do their research on the shooting, ballistics, and make sure when they're doing their investigation. In other words, this cop was directing traffic. The kid's dad saw that cop and ran him over. This is a war that we don't need to have. And then, everybody's going to say yeah or no, but we got to start policing the police better. We don't need to be at war with police. Even we already are. See, this is the thing about when I try to tell people, there's a difference. And you grow up black, you know the difference. And it's hard to explain. You've never been to the white people that follow my show or whatever. You've never walked into a store and been followed. You don't know what that is. Like what the hell? You cuss them out. Well, my mom used to. But I me being a man, I can't do it. Especially in this day and age. But when this guy, we know how the world is against, black men in the world and the police of America. He took it upon himself and said, to hell with it. And when someone asks you, are you willing to die for yours? A lot of people say, yeah. You don't mean it. He meant it. They took this man, when they took this man to jail and got him arraigned, they brought 30 police officers in there. You can look at it on YouTube, you can look at it on Facebook, whatever, look it up. They brought 30 police officers to intimidate him. This brother stood up strong, held head high, and didn't look away. They looked away. He looked them right in their eyes. Every last one of them that won't look at him, he looked them right in their eyes and said, what? Okay, that's your friend, you're upset. But if you're part of a dirty, corrupt system and you know that was wrong and you don't punish him, like I said in the podcast before, what's it going to do, or how are you going to act when the rabbit gets the gun, so to speak? That's his son, his 18-year-old son. And I don't know any parent who would be like, you know what? If my son did wrong, give him the punishment he deserves. You know, he didn't kill anyone. Like that Dylan, what's that Dylan Roof, Dylan kid down in South Carolina that shot those innocent black people when they were in worship. They took that dude out for McDonald's. He shows up to the precinct, unhandcuffed, eat McDonald's. Make it make sense. Eat McDonald's. Oh, that's wrong. That's this. He shows up eat McDonald's for killing 12 people and injuring 5 more. It's McDonald's with an assault rifle. This kid steals a car that's insured. I've had cars stolen before. I didn't want anybody to die. He died over that. He didn't kill anyone. Stole a car and he died. So as this man, who I'm a father, and some of you are fathers, most of you are fathers, what would you do? This is a question. This is a question. So you got an autistic kid getting cussed out, getting called all derogatory names, and people donated damn near $1 million to her to help her relocate, but can't help anyone else out. You got a young black kid down in Cincinnati, got executed for stealing a car. Then the dad goes and gets the cop, and everybody wants to look at the dad like he's wrong. Like I keep telling you people, you don't know what it's like. If you don't walk in these shoes, you don't know what it's like. Now, with that being said, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to get deeper because my partner, he thinks, like I said, he thinks, not in our lifetime, but he thinks racism's going to end. I'm like, no, it's not. It's never going to end. No matter how many good people out there that think it's going to end, there's that many bad people out there who are undercover, who are hoping and praying for someone to do something bad so they can just applaud it because they're cowards. And they hide behind the robes, they hide behind the sheets, they hide behind their shields, they hide behind the guns of a police officer, they're hiding behind school buses, they're hiding behind desks. They're just hiding, and they're hiding in plain sight, but we just don't know who they are. It's never going to end. But you bark up the wrong tree, the right bear is going to jump out. Speaking of which, fighting bears, man, you people kill me with that. Leave the gorillas alone. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's something to talk about, yay. But if you got these kind of cowards right now that want to just chop down women and kids, you leave the bear thing alone. The gorillas alone. You don't even want to see a man one-on-one, let alone a damn gorilla. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. Funny. The world cracks me up. And like I say, man, all you people in the media, you gotta calm down. Do your job, but you gotta calm down going at one another because you guys are really, really helping the system. And I don't know the facts yet, but they said a couple people helped out that Shannon Sharp investigation. I'm like, what? They said, yeah. So I'm not gonna talk about it yet, but some of these names, I'm like, wow. Man, listen, you get yourself a good deal, keep it to yourself. Let the media put it out there, and you just like, I don't know what's going on. Because when he's on the verge of that $100 million deal, you see what happened. They went to his closet, man, started pulling out dirty shoes, dirty hats. Now, I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty. I wasn't there. It's his word. I thought he was innocent until proven guilty. But like I say, I don't know. It's his word against those words. But if he's guilty, he's guilty. If he's not, he's not. I mean, it's not going to shake our stone any different. But the only thing it is, it's a warning. It's a warning. And you better heed that warning. Because whether you think they're on your team or not, they're not. And I just want to talk about this real fast before I get off here. What in the hell is going on with these analytics of the NBA? They believe in the three. I tell you what, you bring in the Showtime Lakers with Magic running that, and he was pushing the scores to 120, whatever he was averaging, without shooting threes, they'll blow these teams out. Blow them out. I don't even want to hear it. I watched that Celtics game, and I'm like, this is what makes it unwatchable. They got a 20-some point lead. Now, if you got a 21-point lead, here's the math, fellas. You got a 21-point lead, right? That means they're 21 points down. So if every two that you make, they got to make a three. So if you just go shooting twos the rest of the game, and they're 21 points, they got to make a three for every two that you make. So as long as they don't go on a big run, you don't need to shoot a three. Because the odds are they're not going to make 21 threes. Everybody goes on a run. But damn, you got the 20 point, and you're just casting more than half your shots were threes. And you lost. That proves my logic. Hell, that's what Shaq said. I'll shoot more threes. I mean, I'll make more twos than you make threes. And there it is. I don't get it. But tonight we're going to check out the Warriors. And boy, oh boy, you community out there, y'all better hope Steph don't win one because they're going to come at you. They're going to come at you. But with that being said, man, I don't have anything else. I just wanted to put that seed in y'all's head for tomorrow about what's really going on so I can get on my dude tomorrow. We're going to be podcasting live at 9:30. And I got some news for him, what he thinks, and I keep proving to him. But yeah, if you guys didn't check it out, man, check out that story about the cop killing the little kid in Cincinnati and the dad going back to avenge his son's death. Then check out what's going on up in Minnesota. Like I said, man, the shit's filthy. The shit needs to stop. The only people who can stop it is going to be us. So that being said, man, thank you for your support. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow. Peace.
We're tuning out, but not for long. Catch the vibe and sing along. Stay with us through thick and thin. In this game, we all win. As the crow flies, so do we. High above, just wild and free. Tune in to break the rules. Podcast love for all you fools. Goodbye's a word we hate to use, but for now we can't refuse. Stay tuned in the winds we hover, never far from one another. As the crow flies, so do we. High above, just wild and free. Tune in to break